So after watching the video, I definitely disagree with the colleague that the school counselor was getting advice from. The ASCA ethics um, code um, A2G states that the request of the court that the school counselor may request that disclosure not be required when the release of confidential information may potentially harm a student or the counseling relationship. And she stated that with this student that she would hate to release the records because of what a student told her and some of the stuff that she wrote down and actually recorded. So, and he was actually telling her that the colleague was telling her that she has no choice because it's a court order. But actually, the ASCA Code of Ethics states that she can actually request that she does that the records may not be released. So that's one option she has. The other option in the ACA Code of Ethics, Code B2D, states that when ordered by a court to release confidential or privileged information, um, let me see, it says without a client's permission, the counselors must obtain written informed consent from the client or take steps to prohibit the disclosure. So pretty much she can't just say, here you go, here is records without receiving written permission from him. So she needs to let him know. Also, code B2E states that in the ACA Code of Ethics states that minimal disclosure. So if the clients are informed before the records are released to court, then the client must be involved in the decision-making process for one. But when the circumstances do require the disclosure of the information, that minimal information must be revealed. So she does not need to hand over all her notes, um, just the notes that are necessary for the case. So he was saying, so she was saying that the court wanted all of his records. Well, the court doesn't need all of his records. The court only needs, if it is found that the court does need them, the court only needs the records that are related to or could be related to this case. So there are a couple things that the counselor actually can do here without just handing over all the records. So I think what being said, the colleague could say, look, okay, you have a couple of choices here. You can request that you may not give the records and explain why, explain the relationship, explain what you have written in the records. You can also get the client's permission, and you can have the client write out that you give the permission. You can also, if it comes down to it, and since he is a minor, that the parents request that the records be released, you only have to release the minimal information, such as the Code of Ethics says, because that's what it states. So you don't have to release by the Code of Ethics. You don't have to release everything. You only have to release the ones that are related to or the ones that are necessary. There's also something that you can do. You can release summary statements. That's in the Code of Ethics as well. So there are a lot of things that you can do besides just handing over records. The colleague was wrong in saying she pretty much has no choice and has to hand over all the records, because that's not true. The Code of Ethics states so. So I hope that if I'm in this position, then I will do what's right, because I'm a school counselor and I've definitely documented things that I would not just want to hand over. So that was discussion board 6. I look forward to seeing all of your responses.